Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Oddly Enough show for NFL Week 12. We're getting Swingin Johnson's best bets every week for the NFL card. And last few weeks, he's been having up weeks. We'll see if that happened again this past week. Swingin Johnson, how you doing?
Loshak, last week I told you I was totally awesome in totals, but I've come to realize that awesome does not mean infallible.
Yeah. Okay? And I actually used the under in Atlanta, Carolina as one of my top plays. I wound up using that one in my Pete's NFL parlay at the end of the week. So, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you were definitely on the right side of that number. I'll tell you, the Panthers have absolutely destroyed me. I mean, last week, again, they flamed like Nathan Lane on Fire Island in the middle of July. I'm telling you what, it wasn't pretty, Loshak. It wasn't pretty. But we did wind up 1-2 for the day. We clicked with Big Al McCourty's pick with the Chicago Bears defeating the Vikings. Yeah, as 3-point favorites, 21-13. So all in all, it was a 1-2 day. But we're looking to move out in front for the season, and I've got 3 winners coming your way right now,
All
baby.
right. Well, we'll see. This is a tricky week. A lot of big underdogs this week. Kind of wondering which ones are the ones that might have some value. Probably some of them will have value. Yeah, and that Chicago Bears pick is also one that I used in my parlay this past week. All right, Swingin Johnson, interesting week, NFL Week 12. What's your first pick for this week?
Okay, we're going back to hopefully the unpoisoned well with the total Jaguars and Colts. You know, this one, I mean, the Colts are 14-point favorite, 2 touchdown favorites, and you know, the square in me would just love to bury the Colts. But you know what? I saw what happened to them last week. And I know that the prevailing square wisdom is they're going to be really, really pissed. Andrew Luck's really going to be pissed, and he's going to really crush the Jaguars. And you know what? That is certainly a possibility. But have you seen this kid from the Jaguars, Denard Robinson, averaging 4.8 yards a carry? Particularly against the Colts defense that is completely susceptible to the run. I don't like either side here, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think that the Colts, obviously the Colts are going to win this game. They're at home. Jags cannot hang and bang with them, but I could just see them almost becoming disinterested, kind of like the Chargers last week against the Raiders that hurt me as well. I think this is going to be kind of one of these games where Jaguars are going to employ the run. Denard Robinson is going to have the ball an awful lot. And on the flip side of things, you know, I see that Ahmad Bradshaw is out of action. Trent Richardson's going to be carrying the load for the Colts. And again, I think that's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I don't think that, you know, one is much better than the other. I think they're both kind of the same. But I think this is going to be something that's going to be kind of on the ground. I think it's going to be the Colts winning. Not sure by how much, but I think it's going to be low scoring. Total is 50.5. So that's what I like. I'm going under 50.5 for 3 units.
All right. Well, I would disagree with you on that Bradshaw-Richardson comparison. I think there's a big drop-off to Richardson. But either way, yeah, you know, maybe it's getting down in the stretch run of the season. If the Colts are up by, you know, whatever, 20 late in the game, are they going to keep the gas on the pedal? I mean, the foot on the gas or whatever? Probably not. Probably not. And that's a high total to eclipse. You basically got to keep trying to score all 4 quarters for a game to go over 50.5. That might be a very sharp play there, Swingin Johnson. All right, what's your second pick?
Second pick actually is the Lions and the Patriots. And, you know, I hate to bet for or against the Patriots because I am an East Coast guy. But, you know, I see the Patriots having an awful lot of problems with this Lions defense. I mean, last week they played one of the worst run-stop units in the league in the Indianapolis Colts. Jonas Gray looked like James Brown, but that's not going to happen this week. The Lions are absolutely formidable up front. Not only can they stop the run, but they bring a world of heat. I think that's going to be a big factor here. You know, there's going to be Tom Brady and the Patriots coming off that victory against Indianapolis, but they're also looking ahead to what could be a Super Bowl preview next week, week number 13, when they go to Green Bay and take on the Packers. So I think this is going to be a bit of a dogfight. I really do believe that. I see that the number is at about 7.5. I'm going to buy the half, 7 points. I'm going to buy the half -20 for 3 units on the underdog Detroit Lions.
All right, well, that's maybe the most controversial game of the week. I know last week the Lions were a side that all the sharps were on, and all the sharps lost in that one. You know, the Lions have the defense, you know, the numbers on defense. They have the names on offense, but just somehow putting it all together, as always happens with the Lions, it doesn't shake out in the wash as you expect. But, you know, can't argue against it. All right, what's your third pick this week, Swingin Johnson?
Well, my third pick, actually talking about a team that just hasn't shaken out in the wash and I think is poised to do so are the San Francisco 49ers. 9-point favorites at home over a complete hot mess in the Washington Redskins. I think the 49ers are poised to do some real good things. They are 14-9 ATS as a home favorite of 3.5 points or more under Jim Harbaugh. And they're going to be 15-9 ATS after they get done with the Skins, because I'll tell you what, man, Washington just can't get out of their own way. They lost to Tampa Bay last year. Frisco, on the other hand, is one. And actually, Frisco, people from San Francisco don't like when you say Frisco. It's like a racial epithet or something.
Okay.
But nevertheless, San Francisco has won and covered both of their last 2 games, while Washington has done just the opposite. This is definitely Joe Q Public coming at you, baby, but I am playing the Niners -9 for 4 freaking units.
All right. We will see how this turns out. Swingin Johnson, thanks so much. Talk to you next week.
Thank you very much, guys.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.